I'm going to start my Teesside Paddock Walk by sitting down and speaking to Alex Lynn as he makes his debut in the Minimax class. Alex, you've done all of the year in Cadet Pro, made the decision, along with a few others actually, to jump early into the Minimax ranks early doors. How have you found it for your first practice? I know you've had a few, but how's your first practice session here at Teesside gone?
Good, it's much faster than a Cadet, but hurts my neck.
Obviously, around South Bank, it must be almost rolling off. You've got your qualifying session coming up as well for the first time in that Mini, and then it's going to be rolling starts tomorrow for the first time in the Mini. What are your thoughts on that? Looking forward to it? Now, I know obviously your dad's not here today because he's here tomorrow, and I think Grandad's coming as well, isn't he? So you've got to give them something good to turn up for in qualifying. So what are the hopes? Alex, all the very best. That's his kart there, right down at the front that he's just about to go and jump into. It's the number 66 right at the front. That's the one of Alex Lynn. Let's make our way towards and see if we can find. We'll go to Isabella Stansmore Wilson down the back. She's another driver that's moved up into the Minimax class early from Honda Cadet. Although Bella, you'll be racing Honda Cadet tomorrow as well as Mini, will you? Double bubble. So, obviously, you're into Mini for the first time as well. That's your kart there behind. Obviously, it's a lot quicker. And I don't think that it's lost on the camera that you don't have the biggest muscles in the world. How are you finding holding on to that one?
Surprisingly, it's alright to be fair.
To be fair, I was looking in practice earlier. You looked comfortable, as did Harris Ali as well. All looked really comfortable in making that step up. Big difference as well, though, in terms of lap time. It's some 6 seconds quicker than the Honda.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to the end of the race day tomorrow, how do you think them arms are going to feel after grunt racing in 2 classes?
Exhausted, absolutely exhausted.
Brilliant. Well, Bella, I'm going to go and speak to the man that I feel most sorry for. It's the man who's going to have to mechanic 2 karts. Mr. Wilson.
Hello.
You crazy?
I think I am now, yes.
So, well, at least the Honda to an extent just involves putting some fuel in it, as long as she keeps it on the track and there's no work to be done. It's just fuel in it, and then you can focus on this new machine, which obviously...
As long as it stays wet all day.
Would be perfect, wouldn't it?
That'd be perfect.
Yeah, because she goes well in the wet as well, doesn't she?
She likes the wet, and there's less to do if it stays wet, so nothing to change.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot more to do on this now. You've got a radiator, which the Hondas don't. You've got a huge exhaust, which the Hondas don't. And you've got a much more powerful engine. You've got some tyres that have got a huge amount of grip as well. So a lot of fun for you this coming season.
I've learned a lot in the last couple of days, so I've got a lot to learn, but it's going all right.
Well, all the very best to you and your young charger. And we hopefully will see her at the front of Mini in no time at all.
Cool, thank you.
Let's, I was about to say, let's head off into the paddock, but we won't. We'll have a quick chat with Lizzie Mentier, because every time I walk past her in the paddock, she's like, you better stop and talk to me during the paddock walk. So here we are, I've stopped and I'm talking to you. Good. So you've got nothing to say then, basically. Whenever the camera's not there, you're just like, chatter, 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 chatter. As soon as the camera turns up, you're like, nothing. See?
No, it's
nothing.
okay.
Absolutely. So you don't get to do qualifying anymore here at Teesside because you're in the junior class now. You moved up halfway through out of Mini, so you just get some random grids. So if you had a look at them, so they came out earlier, any idea where we're starting the day tomorrow?
Heat 1 first, Heat 2 7th, and Heat 3 11th.
What are the hopes for tomorrow? We've seen you take race wins here this season. More of the same, I imagine?
Yeah.
Obviously, we have got a lot of new drivers moving up. That's going to give you a slightly different dynamic because they're learning their trade, but obviously as well, they could spring a surprise. So anybody that you've been watching out there, obviously you get to practice with some of the juniors, you get to practice with the minis as well, obviously on a practice day. Anybody that's caught your eye?
Anderson Smith, my best mate. He's just jumped up and he's already second fastest.
So, second fastest or a second faster than you?
Second fastest.
We'll see tomorrow. Lizzie, thank you very much. Let's make our way down the paddock. We'll go over here, I think, because I know there's some karts, and I want to have a little quick chat with Joey Swan here at the Swan Motorsport stable. Now, normally there's a Rotax, there will be tomorrow because Paul will be yapping. Joey Swan, hello. I'll steal that hat and stick it on my head. Other Formula One teams are available. And so, Joey, how's practice gone for you? Right, good. You've just been out for qualifying. What happened there? We'll take P5 inside as well into that first long loop round the national loop. So you're confident for tomorrow? I think the podium's about due, isn't it? Wonderful. So what I notice over there is your sister's cleaning her car and you're not cleaning yours. Do we need more effort? Yours is clean. Have you not put it on the grass at all? Are you saying Holly's put it on the grass? Probably. Well, I best give you this back because with it being a Red Bull one, if you have to buy another one, it might send you over the budget cap. Topical. Holly, let's take a break away from cleaning the carts. I'm like, come this way because the higher carts, they'll be out later on after qualifying and they're very, very loud because there's about 30 of them. Qualifying went well, I think P4, so that's going to put you on the second row. You must be pleased with that in what will be your penultimate race, I believe, in Honda. You're moving up to Mini at the end of the season. So is it as soon as round 8's done, that's gone and the Mini's out for the Winter Series? Well, obviously you've got the O plate here between Christmas and New Year. That'll be a good time to bed that new karting, I'd imagine. Have you done any practicing in it yet, or is it still looking nice and fresh and ready for you to use once you're done with the cadet?
Tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to.
Brilliant, Holly, all the very best, and look forward to watching you go off P4 tomorrow. So, where are we going to go? We'll go over there. We'll go to speak to Mr. Arnold. He's on tyre duty. Let's have a quick chat. You got dropped in it by him pointing at you while you weren't looking. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Good. It's almost as if we're expecting it to rain tomorrow.
Yeah.
Whereas if anybody's looked at the weather forecast, I believe that if you were to swap your kart for an ARC, you're guaranteed a podium tomorrow.
Yeah.
So obviously you got a bit of wet practice in this morning. Did you go out on the wets, or were you like some of the other juniors where they went out on the slicks? Because obviously the seniors go out on slicks, they don't get wet. So which one did you go for?
We went wet. We had an old set that we used a couple of rounds back, and we just thought, why not use them, because we're not going to race on them again. So we just used them.
Yeah, because obviously we're expecting it tomorrow. I think it might start dry, but I think after that it's going to come down pretty much sideways. That's why you're going box fresh pretty much on them Bridgestones, loads of tread on them still. So there'll be some new boots for you tomorrow. What are the hopes?
Well, always hoping to do well. We'll just see how it goes. We'll try and go as high as it can. I quite like the wet, especially around here. It's a lot of fun, so we'll just see.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Let's make our way down to the, I say deep depths of the paddock, but it's not really the depths, it's out down onto the West track, which if you watch the British 24 Hour, you'd have seen loads of. Let's have a quick look up there, because I'll see if I can see Ben Robinson. I can see Ben Robinson. I'm going to bring him over here, because Ben's just gone and put it on pole position in our Honda Cadet Pro class, so I'm trying to keep you away from the noise of the higher carts which are going out later. Ben Robinson, pole position in Honda Cadet Pro. I was watching the session from the bank and thought you were really, really smart actually. You were running around with 3 other drivers. You realised that you probably had a little bit more pace. You dipped out of the toe, let them take 10 kart lengths, and then when you reeled them in, you were the one to benefit and you put it on pole position by a good margin.
Yeah, I just did that because last time I got position here, I just done the same, so I just did that.
Yeah, it's very smart as well that you were very aware of your surroundings, other karts as well. You knew that obviously the drivers that you're going around with were quick drivers, so you could use them as a tow. You just popped out, I think yesterday you gave yourself 10 or 12 kart lengths. By the time 2 laps later you reeled them right the way in and the kart was on pole position, and I think the margin was somewhere in the region of 2 tenths.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
And obviously we come into this round off the back of a win last time out as well. The season's coming together nicely. What are the plans for 2023?
I don't know, I think I might go up at class, but I think it's like kind of that, because the carts are a bit expensive, but maybe, hopefully, I might get into a mini-max.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing where you are next season, but if you stay in Honda, you'll definitely be at the front, and I've no doubt that you'll do well if you jump up into Mini. That's Ben. Now, what you can see here, if the camera pans round, you'll see Joey walking back up again, and as we make our way down, this is the actual pit lane for the British 24 Hour that the that we cover for Alpha, which this year will be the first weekend in August, so it's moved from the last weekend of July into the first weekend of August. And also, while I'm walking and talking about dates, we've obviously got the Teesside Winter Series coming up as well, which will have the O plate here between Christmas and New Year, which is our annual meeting. And then we'll also have our 2 away days. So we'll go to Wilton Mill, which will be in February, but before that, we will go to Three Sisters in Lancashire in January. Let's have a quick walk over here. We'll have a quick chat with a debutant here at Teesside, Mr. M'Laughlin. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. I saw the cart was on the trailer, which is behind us, and you've made your trip over from it's the coast, isn't it? Blackpool way on. So you've made the trip up over. We know we get a lot of people over from sort of Manchester, Lancashire way coming up to Teesside. How have you found your first foray around the Teesside National Circuit?
It's a really good circuit. A lot of things have gone bad today. It was in the second session, the steering rod came off and I just went straight on at the chicane. But we got that all fixed and we are ready for the race and just qualified 17th. So. Well,
for the avoidance of any doubt, they are quite important, aren't they? They do help if they stay attached to the rest of the machine. Obviously, you'll be going off 17th tomorrow. We expect it to be wet. What do we like? Do we like the wet?
Yeah, I do. I'm a lot more faster in the wet than what I am in the dry because I've had a lot more practice in the wet than what I have. So.
Well, of course, you race at Hooton, so there's like an almost. Yeah. It's the second most wettest track after Rowrah because it's on that coast. Whereas Rowrah, there's like 105% chance of rain. Hooton's more 95. So you've probably got a lot of practice in.
I've got like 300 laps in a day in the wet. So yeah, it's really helping me, and I do hope it's going to rain tomorrow.
Wonderful. I was going to chat to that Bambino, but he's run off all the way up there, so I'm not going to chat to that Bambino anymore because he's got more pace than me, and I'm not chasing him up there. So we'll walk down here because eventually I want to get down and see if I can have a chat with another driver that we saw in the Winter Series when we raced at Wilton Mill last year, Ewan House. I want to have a quick chat with him if I can find him, and he did say that they were down here. Now they've had their qualifying session, so they may well be just about finishing up. Let's get ourselves in here. Harry Brown, hello, let's come and have a chat. How are you?
All right, yeah.
So you've obviously had some practice sessions. Now, I don't think it's not lost on us that you're quite young, but you get to go out with the senior pro karts on your practice session because the juniors and seniors go out together. Good opportunity to learn, I imagine.
Yeah, it is. I mean, today we've kind of been struggling to try and find setup, but yeah, it is good opportunities just to get overtaken in.
So you went out for the first 2, which was wet. Juniors can obviously use the wets. Did you go out on slicks or did you put some wets on and then just start overtaking all the seniors?
On one, I put out wet. I put it on wets just to make sure everything's dialed in, and then on the second one we went out on slicks and just had a bit of fun.
Lovely, Harry, thank you very much. The best thing about these paddock walks is every now and again you can just ambush somebody like Gary Hayes here. Hi Gary, how are you? Bad day. I saw you were under there taking the engine off. Why were you taking the engine off?
Third engine today. It's just we're having just no power coming out the corners. So yeah, we've got to figure that out tonight.
So we're on to engine number 3.
Yes.
All yours, or have you been round robin?
Yeah, that's a borrowed one from Mason Webster. We use the light and flywheel because Sam's a little bit heavier. So yeah, we're just we'll figure it out tonight, hopefully.
Now the good thing for your driver is that he goes really well in the wet, and tomorrow it's expected to be anything but dry.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. We sort this issue out, and we get a bit of rain.
Yeah, well,
I'll be happy with that.
Hopefully. Gary, thank you very much. Let's have a quick wander down. Now the good thing with I almost got too close to the camera there. I get too close to the camera there. There we go. Let's start having a walk down here. Now, this young man in the blue, this is Sebastian Benson, and we did joke to him earlier when he didn't help us carry a camera tripod. That was never going to speak to him again, but here we are. You've turned up just at the right time. How did qualifying go for you, Seb?
Good.
Oh yeah, I saw that little fly in the face. So are you towards the front?
Yeah, I got third.
So well, you'll take that inside of the second row. It's often being bettered on the outside of the front, isn't it? So hopefully we can go all right from there.
Yeah, I could have got first, but then I got blocked on my last lap. I was 2 tenths up by number 6.
Yeah, I think he had a little spin at the end, didn't he? And he rejoined in. I think he was running in a train with 3 others, and then I think he rejoined in. So yeah, that might have just been a bit unfortunate. But to be fair, I'd probably take third. I'd be happy with that. We know that you've got the pace to run there right at the front tomorrow, so must be pleased, and keeps you within the chance of a podium. Also keeps you with a chance of that championship, because we are right at the top of it at the minute.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a spin. I just thought he was going slowly.
No, he had a spin over start finish.
I thought it might have been a mechanical problem, or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but we'll keep an eye out, because I know he's down there. I might go and ask him in a minute if he's in there. But Seb, thank you very much. Going to have a quick walk round here. Is your driver about, or are you going to have to talk for him? You're going to have to talk for him. Right. Let's start with the first question. Tell us about your number plate and why it don't have a number on it.
Scottish champion. It's the A plate, and then the Irish GP.
So obviously the Irish GP, Alpha covered the Irish GP, so if you want to watch Ewan's race back, you just go back to the Alpha channel and watch that one back. So he's had quite a successful season, is basically what we're saying.
Yeah, he's had a good year. He has had a good year, right? So no, he's really enjoyed it. Getting ready to move up to probably Mini-Max next year.
So his first time here at Teesside, but not his first time on the Teesside package, because he raced with us when we were at Wilton Mill. How's he finding his first time at Teesside?
Look, he's really enjoyed today. He settled right into it. A terrible qualifying there, like shocking. Don't know what happened to him, but we'll see how tomorrow goes, eh?
It'd be boring if he was at the front, wouldn't it? It gives him something to do.
Save me worrying about it tonight, like if he was at the front, eh? But no, we'll scratch your head and then we'll come back tomorrow and see how we go.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Let's keep this show rolling down here and see if we can speak to anybody else. We've got any drivers in there? No drivers in there, which means that I'm going to keep this one going. We'll go down here and see if we've got anybody else to talk to. Riley, we'll talk. Yes, we will talk to you. You turn around, he's shaking his head. We will talk to you. We will. I'll steal your scooter and I will chase you on it, because I can't run. Riley, qualifying looked to be going really, really well in that one. Then we had a little spin towards the end. Where are we starting our race day tomorrow in Honda Cadet Club?
9 probably.
Yeah, well, I've just been told it. I've been told in my ear, like somewhat professionally by the mechanic, that it's 9. So top half of the field, obviously, there inside of row number 5. So we must be quite pleased with that. And that's fine. Well, what I am going to do, I'm just going to have a quick chat with the mechanic, because at the moment all the pods at the moment are nice and black, but I do believe that we've got some brighter colour scheme going on the kart for tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing a bit of a pink livery in respect to Chrissy Rouse from the BSB product. Obviously, Chrissy raced with us at Teesside was it last year?
Yeah, round 8 last year, and he finished 3rd in Honda Cadet Pro, in Honda Senior Novice.
And obviously my background is marshalling, so I spent a lot of time around Rousey BSB events, so it's just a little tribute to say RIP and rest in peace for him. So you'll see it all tomorrow. Lovely.
Well, from P9 we'll get the director to zoom in on that one when we grid up for the first one, and Mark and Riley Buckton-Young, they'll be paying homage to Chrissy Rouse, who unfortunately lost his life a few weeks ago, and who actually raced here last year in the Senior Pro Kart class. Having a quick look time-wise, have we got a little bit to go, or are we good to wrap it up? We're going to wrap it up. In fact, I'm going to come over and have one little chat with Ollie Carter, because it's an interesting day for Ollie. We've had 1 or 2 issues. It's not been trouble-free throughout the day, including one where you came back to find that your bumper had beat you back into the paddock.
That happened twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
So have we got the problem, have we got it fixed?
I think so, yeah.
Good. How did qualifying go for you?
Very bad.
Oh, there's plenty of work to do tomorrow, but are we confident that we can get back up there?
Yeah, I think so.
Good. Well, at least we're finishing on a positive, and we can see how we go tomorrow. Joey, by the way, in the background has had more screen time than anybody's had all year in this paddock walk. He's just walked round behind the camera the entire time. Well, as you can see, we're down right at the far end of the paddock. We've pretty much hit our allotted time, so we'll throw it back to myself and Tom Butterworth in the commentary box for this afternoon's racing.